Okay. Hey, hey, and good evening. And we are doing the PJNET Cruise Crew Election Night Watch. We have heard from Sunbelt Girl, who is live at the very event we were watching. But throughout this country, there are election watches going on. Cruise Crew supporters are everywhere, and among them we have John King, the proud Black Republican, on Twitter. And John, you watched what we watched. Where we at, bud?
Absolutely, Mark. We're running a good campaign. We're running a good ground campaign, good grassroots, and we're not sad about what happened tonight. Actually, we're still relentless. We're still ongoing. We're still unstoppable. Tonight the South Carolina, it's an open primary, so that means that Democrats can also vote. And they voted tonight for their liberal. So tonight, we're still on a mission. Immediately, Mark, when I got the results in, I went and I made a donation to the Cruz campaign. And I would urge that all the Cruz supporters to do the very same thing, because it is needed. We lost tonight, but we lost the battle, but we're going to definitely win this war, because you can't lose with Ted Cruz.
You can't lose.
You can't lose with Ted Cruz. Simple as that.
That's a John King original, I believe. And
absolutely, that is.
Now I was noticing
we're more focused than ever before. Tonight. We have a Cruz camp here meeting right now tonight, and the volunteers. I mean, we're just wanting to. They just want to know, what can we do next. What's our next move, John? And I'm telling them tonight, we're going to do more than what we've been doing. And they're all fired up. They're all excited. We got sign waving tomorrow. We got cruise events going on tomorrow here all across Florida. So we're staying the course, Mark. We're definitely staying the course, and we have the momentum.
Now, John, what's your next move? Where are you going next?
I will probably stay around here in Florida and just do some campaigning around different areas of different cities in Florida here. So we're going to be here for a while, but I don't know. I may travel back to Georgia, and just trying to figure out my next moves here.
Okay. Well, the landscape definitely changed here in Florida tonight.
Absolutely. It most certainly has. And this is why, Mark, all the Cruz supporters across the country, we need to get together. We need to show the nation, this is our guy. This is the guy we need to run this country. No other person, can run it the way it needs to be ran other than Ted Cruz. He is the only conservative in the race. We've been praying for this, and God sent us somebody. Now what are we going to do with it? We have to get out there. We have to work harder than ever before to get this man elected, period.
Interesting to note, as important as today was in South Carolina, Ted Cruz was at a service for Justice Scalia.
And that says so much about him. That says so much about our candidate Cruz, that he would take off, to go to a dear friend of his of 20 years. Cruz said, whatever I need to do to show my respect, I will do it. And I'll get back to this campaign. First things first.
First things first.
First things first.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mark, that's saying a lot about the candidate that I'm supporting. It just makes me want to go and do more, triple the times more than I already been doing.
Well, we've always known that actions speak louder than words.
Absolutely.
And any candidate can get up there and say nice things about Justice Scalia. Obama said good things about Justice Scalia. Okay? But when you take away your time at such a moment as this in the campaign to, regardless of the consequences, do that. That tells me a lot about Ted Cruz as a man, and the kind of man that he would be as a president, and the kind of man he has been as a senator. And the other thing that told me a lot about him is in his speech, he acknowledged in a very warm and sincere way, Jeb Bush. And you and I know Jeb Bush because we live here in Florida. I voted for him twice, actually, and
Right.
he was a good governor. I
Right.
just don't think that he needs to be the president, but nonetheless,
Absolutely.
I have respect for him in his gubernatorial role. But Ted Cruz made that part of his speech, and I wonder if any other candidates did that.
Well, that again, Mark. That just shows you who we're supporting. And I must note that Justice Clarence Thomas's wife, came out and said, I endorse Ted Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
That. What is that saying to us? We have one of the justice's wife coming out in support of Ted Cruz. What is that telling us? This is telling us that the leaf doesn't fall too far from the tree. If my wife and I have a high position, I'm not married, but of course, I can't, I don't say what another married man would do. Good night. I'm sorry. Some cruisers are just leaving here. So
take your time, man. Do first things first, man. You acknowledge those people that are with you.
Absolutely. First things first. I have to acknowledge them because they're super cruisers out here tonight. So back to what I was saying. Justice Clarence Thomas' wife came out and endorsed Cruz. So that's basically saying a lot. And you better believe it, Mark, that they're living in the same household and they're discussing this. Justice, Clarence Thomas, he may not be able to come out and say that, but his wife said it, so we know where he stands at.
There you go.
And this really do means a lot.
She wouldn't say that without him going along with it privately.
Absolutely.
That's been talked about around the kitchen table, I'm sure, or the dining room table. So, I think we're in very good position. I would have hoped for a little bit better, but the fact is that we're in good position. And as a football coach, I can assure you that, just because you lost one game, and what you got to do is get ready for the next one. And if you won a game, you got to get ready for the next one. The Iowa victory, we have a celebration, but you know what? It's time to move on. It's time to move on because we've got 50 states. 3 of them have weighed in. 3 out of 50. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, it's time to get to work. John, it's great to have you on board. Great to have your enthusiasm. Great to have your boots on the ground, inside knowledge, and wherever your travels take you next. I'm glad that we're able to connect this way and hear from you because not all of us, you're our representative out there, John. We all can't do what you're doing. And it really means a lot to us to have you out there, boots on the ground and eyes and ears on what's happening, and just spreading the message, the positive message of the Ted Cruz campaign. John, it's just great to have you with us, and thank you so much for taking time tonight to bring the word to us on what's going on in your life.
Well, thank you guys so much, Mark. Thank you, PJNET. Thank you, Cruz Crew. Thank you, all you supporters out there. You guys are doing an excellent job, and I really love you guys. Let's just stay the course and keep the momentum, and we will do this.
I'll go to battle with you anywhere, John. Appreciate it, man.
Well, thank you. Likewise. All right.
All right, brother. Bye now.
All right. Bye-bye.